Hey guys, so some of you will notice I took down a recent video about the witch doctors, and I think also some of you will be wondering why I did that. And I think through no fault of anyone, some person shared some ideas of what they felt might have been going on. Suspicions is more the thing, I would say, that rather than people were suspicious of the situation. And I think I had to take it down because perhaps I hadn't said enough to make things clear in that video. And the things that were being said, for all I do welcome them actually with open arms, people making suggestions like that. So don't get me wrong if you were one of the people who did, because of course there could be things that I would miss while I'm here. So when people share ideas like that, then that's fine. But let me fill in the blanks why I took it down. Some people suggested that perhaps the Maasai had tried to scare us so as they could get their jobs back. And I took it down because I don't think it helps us to protect the children. It doesn't help us to tackle this problem with the witch doctors, to have rumours like that in the comment box. But I also don't think that ideas like that would be there if I'd said more information about everything anyway. So I absolutely agree that things like that can happen in life, first and foremost. And like I said, really not having a go at anyone who said it. I actually welcome it. It's nice to have people throw their ideas around free as they like. But in this instance, it was very far off the mark. So first of all, first and foremost, I'm not stupid, and two of the men spotted were not Maasai. I looked in the eyes of one of the men, and he had nothing to do with the Maasai. I stood with him at the fence, as I said in the video. The next thing is, I'm a fairly good judge of character, and I've known these men, some of them for 3 years now. They're my friends. You know, these men are my friends. And I think the problem is the way I worded things in the video made it sound like this was an option. Now, when I said about us getting the panic button and letting some of the guards go home, this is not a huge deal for some of the guards, because the guards, first of all, some of them didn't actually go home. Some actually kept their jobs. It's just instead of employing new ones to work in town at the Street Children's Centre, we moved them to there. Whereas instead of keeping the same level of guards here as what we would have had, we just transferred them to another area. So I worded it badly. I mean, I wasn't employing them here anymore at Featherstail, but they were still employed. The other guards were only ever on short-term contracts anyway. One of them, the last time he worked for us was September, when Fritzi's family came to visit. So it wasn't like they missed out on anything due to the security button. So in other words, they would have no reason to orchestrate something where they would try to scare us to make us re-employ them, because that's just not a reality of how things were. Most had no effect from what I did. Everyone was still getting their salaries, just they weren't working here. So I badly worded what I said in the video. The other thing, as I say, they're my friends, and also I'm fairly savvy, and I'd know if someone was doing that to me. But this is what happened, and the other part of that as well is that we had an answered prayer. You know, I laid in bed alone with Fritzi, and out of all of the guards, out of all of the warriors that we have employed in the past, or who have been to do, sometimes they just come for a few months as the tribe can spare them because they're needed back at home for their cattle and things like this, you know. And they might only come for 2 months and swap for another warrior. But out of all of them, I said Bahati because I've known him the longest. And it was a God situation that he appeared at the gate that evening. You know, he said himself, I don't know, I just felt like coming here today and asking if there was any work going on, but if not, I was just going to greet you all and say hello. So that's why I didn't like this going on underneath it, because this is a major problem that we have with the Maasai here, with the witch doctors here, sorry. And the Maasai are a solution to that in part. You know, they don't eradicate the problem. Children are still disappearing. You know, children that are not in our care still disappearing in Tanzania due to this. And it's sad and it's horrible and it's brutal. But I don't think it helps if we're trying to explain to the world what's going on, and then they look underneath and see, oh, maybe it was just a stupid white man getting tricked sort of thing. And that's how it felt, and I felt like it was only going to serve a negative purpose towards trying to get the message out for the children, you know, and not actually help us to protect them. But nothing bad against you guys who suggested it, because on the other side of things, I'm very grateful, very, very grateful for people who make such ideas and suggestions, because I know it's coming from a caring, organic place, and you're just trying to help us. And I applaud you for it, but I had to take it down because I hadn't given enough information. I listened to it again, and I'd said things badly. I wasn't as well worded as normal. I was tired, and I'd been up all night dealing with intruders. So I hadn't worded things as well as I should. For instance, I didn't make clear when I said, oh, an error in my judgment getting rid of some of the Maasai, because we had the button. No one lost a job, that they moved, because at that time we needed staff for Angel's Gate, so we just moved them to another place. So for all it's an idea that could have been, of course, and I'm welcome suggestions, it's just not humanly possible for that to have happened. There was just no way. Above all else, the Maasai are very moral people. Very moral people, and there are 4 children from the Maasai tribe here. Some of them are related, as in cousins, etc., to some of the warriors who come to protect them. So, yeah, that was all basically, guys, so I just wanted to share that. And like I said, I hope no one takes offence who suggested it, because I really do welcome open conversation about it, but I took it down because I just didn't want to leave that out in the public domain with so much unclarity, because obviously other people might jump to that conclusion as well from watching the video, which I don't want to take away from this problem because I've badly worded a video. So. But the Maasai are here, and they are currently staying in this forest. And up to now, the extra Maasai are here, I should say. Up to now, no trouble. So, okay. Much love, guys, and like I say, please don't feel like you can't share what you want to say. But I figured if the video was worded by me to people who know me in a way that made them feel like that, then others might as well. So I'm going to do another video explaining the full witch doctor situation, where I'm not wording it badly, where people can come to a conclusion possibly like that, where there's some sort of strange thing going on, which is to deceive us, which it's not. I mean, because no one would benefit from doing that, because no one lost their job, as from that, as I say. So, anyway, much love. Bye. Go!